But might be more importantly is that migration is the time in a bird's life that is most risk for injury or for mortality. Once they get to the breeding ground, usually things are okay. Once they get to the wintering ground, usually things are okay. But it's this period of time when birds are in transit that can be they're most vulnerable. And we also know that in general, raptors in their first year do not survive. Up to 70% of them will not make it through their first year. So this period of time, this migration period, is something that we need to be focusing more conservation attention on. Just like we do with shorebirds, we've been talking about protecting habitat for shorebirds for years. I think we also need to be thinking about raptors in the same way. So this is a complicated graph that came out of the Birds of North America series, but if you just look at the outer band here, these little segments are months. So this is November, December, and this is August, September, and October. And what it shows you is when the bird is doing different things. So the black line here shows that they're migrating from August through October, and then in the spring, and in March, April, May. The point I'd like to show, though, is that according to prior data, broadwings are spending at least 1/3 of their year up in the air or in movement from one place to another. So they, at least from data up to this point, suggest that they're spending quite a lot of time on migration. And we know they spend, when they're migrating, they form these large flocks. That's what's bringing us all to these hawk watches this week. And this is a map from the Hawk Migration Association website, hawkcount.org. These are all the sites that are putting data into hawkcount.org. And you can see that there are all kinds of sites in the Northeast, and that's primarily got started because of their love for seeing these large flocks of broadwings. And birds are flocking in large groups, but they're particularly concentrated around, broadwings concentrate around water bodies because they don't like to cross water. So the large flocks get even larger around water bodies.